Hey folks, Ryan Gunness here. Today's video, he landed two great signups that are building a team. As you go through the numbers, very interesting things happen. What's interesting about these two signups? It was two people that told him they had no interest in building a team. Okay, so I had a member reach out to me. In fact, he reached out to me through Facebook, and here's actually a little screenshot of the Facebook. And he said, "Hey, one lead just landed a mega heavy hitter in the network marketing industry. Thank you." Okay, and then later he said, "Hey, Ryan, another bit of news. Just brought in another great former networker on board. Seven sisters who are all coming part of the team. Thanks again." So. We actually a few days later we actually got on the phone and chatted a little bit so I could learn more about the story, which I'll let you listen into that, and then I have a couple of comments. So I'll let you listen to a little bit of what he's doing and how that transpired, and then I'll share a little bit of comments from there. So here's the call, and we chit chatted for a little bit. So I'm gonna jump ahead. I think we started getting into it like around the 15th minute or so, somewhere around there.
Going for the no.
Right.
I'm definitely going for the no. And with that said, my result, well, in your terminology, my activity goals are definitely performing well, because in this nonlinear industry called network marketing, I can work X amount, and let's just put it in perspective. If I give it 6 hours per week, and I often talk about that, train on that issue, 5 to 7 hours per week, and let's say my goal is actually, I just want to have two people give me their permission to send them the email I like to send them about my business at the end of 1 month, given the fact that is what my activity goal is, to work 6 hours per week. And then my other goal is to, look, I want, out of those conversations I have, 10 to 20 phone calls, I want two people that give me permission. By the end of the month, it's easy. I mean, if it's two people per day, that's 6 people per week. That's 24 people per month. I'm just giving you an example here, which often works into my schedule.
So I'm going to chime in just a little bit there. So if you notice his activity goal, so he's blocking off about 6 hours a week. And he's picking up the phone and making phone calls, calling networkers. He's using the MLM recruitment system, calling the leads right out of his back office. Okay, and he's just looking to attract two people, or he's just looking to pique the interest of two people that are open to at least just taking a look at his business. All right, so let's continue right here.
24 people at the end of the month giving me their permission. I know that there's going to be 1 or 2 people minimum that are going to actually join my business because of the way that I structure my original conversation based on the scripts you've provided, then my follow-up, then the email template, and then the follow-up that I do. And I know I'm going to get it. And that's what's playing out. This is a good segue to what I was ultimately going to say. That's what has played out. And the example I called in excitedly, or I think I sent you a message on Facebook letting you know another person entered the business, and again, this was a person who said, not really interested in the business, but I am into all this organic, this good food you're talking about. I'm going to go ahead and get some product. Great, get some product. I do my follow-up, meaning once a person gets their product, I do my follow-up to see. I do what's actually I call it a box opening celebration. Well, this woman wasn't interested in the business, but she had been in network marketing before, of course, because she was on the list that I'm getting from you, and she said, Michael, I do have a few sisters. This kind of relates back to what you were sharing earlier in our conversation about your family. I said, oh, really? You didn't tell me you had a family that was as large as you're now describing. She went on to tell me about the fact that her mother actually had 9 children. 2 of them were miscarriages, but 7 sisters. She has 7 sisters.
So yeah, so that's that. I'll just give you a little gist of it there. So, so again, one of the prospects out of the 2. They said, hey, I'm not really interested in the business, but I'll try out your products. And they fell in love with the products, and then they wanted to refer their sisters, and now they're talking about building a team together and all that good stuff. So those kind of things happen, but you got to be out there. You got to be out there prospecting. You got to be out there inviting people to take a look at your business, or these things cannot happen. Okay, now he obviously doesn't have a magic, a crystal ball that could tell him that, hey, this person is going to want to do the business, even though they say they didn't. But he's out there attracting, inviting at least 2 people to look at his business every single day. Okay, and then these kind of things happen. So that's what I'm inviting you to do, is to go out there, do the work, so that you can have these kind of stories for yourself. Okay, then the other person that he was mentioning to me about, actually is very, very well connected with a lot of churches, and is connected to a lot of leaders in the industry and stuff like that. So he is invited from this person that he just recruited to go speak at an event where this person is putting together a room of I think a couple hundred people, and it's a big deal. And it's not that this person is saying that they're going to do this. This is something that the person does every single year for an event that they host already. So they are used to filling the room, and they're just going to have him come in and do a little segue to share about the opportunity. So cool. All right. So also, a little side note is there's a lot of little attractive things you can do. Like for one, is, I'm not sure if you're familiar with this or not, but there's a little sign that we teach that you can put on your car that promotes a 3-minute message that we've put together. This 3-minute message, it has testimonies and everything on it. It's inviting someone to learn how they can make extra money. It creates curiosity. People call, they listen to a little message. They call a phone number that we assign to you. Okay, this number captures their phone number, sends it to you by text message. At the end of this message, they press 1, and the system sends them a text message with the link to look at your business. It's completely automated on the invitation side. Okay, and if you're not familiar with this, just go to mlmrod.com and you can check it out there. And now, outside of this little sign in the car, there's also these little things called drop cards. They look like a $100 bill. You can hand it out to people, saying if you know anybody that's looking to make extra money, have them call the number inside of it. You can leave a couple behind wherever you go in life. Just leave a couple behind. People pick it up. It gets their attention, and they read this little message. A percentage of people say, let me listen to this 3-minute message. They call, and they start looking at your business. You have to invite people to look at your business. You got to get people in front of your presentation every single day. Picking up the phone and calling networkers is a great way to control that, because you can control that every single day. But outside of that, you can, everywhere you go, leave a couple of these behind, have the sign on your car, and get more activity going on. So again, you can learn more about this stuff at mlmrod.com. All right, and happy prospecting to you. I'll catch you on another video. Ciao.